So I weighed myself every single day for 1,200 days, which is just over 3 years. So year one's going to be about there somewhere. Year two is about there somewhere. And year three is about there somewhere. And you can see that there's been considerable fluctuations in my weight over this time. So we're going to take a quick look at what I've learned from monitoring my weight like this. The first thing is that if I put a spline through all of this, and so I don't know, or just a moving point average, something like that, and I subtract off the noise from the line, then I get to these guys here. That's basically the bar of noise. And if I plot up that bar of noise as a histogram, I get something like this. This is all in kilos, by the way. Frame of reference, kilo is 2 pounds. Or a kilo is it's a 1 litre bottle of soda. So your weight can fluctuate plus or minus a kilo. Quite rapidly you can go from one to the other. So this essentially gives you the volume of your guts, right? Because one thing we'll see is your weight doesn't actually change that rapidly, even when it's changing really rapidly, right? So this here is the most rapid weight loss ever. So I'm going to put that up to about 100 days there, which is about 3 months. And in 100 days, we're losing 8 kilos. So that's zero point 0.8 kilos per week, which is 100 grams a day. That's about a chocolate bar weighs about 50 grams. So that's about 2 chocolate bars worth of weight you're losing per week. And that's a really steep diet. There's actually quite a lot of weight to lose, by the way. Well, it depends. There are people who have lost much, much more than this. But for me, this is getting distinctly chunky. This is probably the happy zone here, right? That's... for me to get below this is really I have to eat very, very little and exercise as well. Anyway, so over the years, I've learned some stuff which no one ever told me when I was young. Okay, so this is going to be me when I'm light. That's about 85 kilos. This is going to be me when I'm at my absolute heaviest, which is about 95. So, I mean, there's only a sort of increase in 10% of body weight. Yeah, if you plot these things up on an absolute scale like that, you see there's... this is the same chart you were looking at earlier, by the way. You can see that there's... in absolute terms, it doesn't look like that much. In terms of how it feels, there is a huge difference between here and here, because the weight almost always goes on the front of my belly, so I can see an extra kilo, no problem at all. Don't even really need to weigh myself to see it. But anyway, so between when I was, I don't know, 20 and 30, I could absolutely, whatever the hell that I wanted, never paid any attention to it whatsoever. And the weight was essentially static. It really didn't change that much at all. And from 30 to 40, it started to slowly creep up, a kilo or two. And 40 to 50, it's been a bloody nightmare. Right? Here, it's been about a kilo per year, which, 10 years to 10 kilos. So it's more like that. And that 1,000-day chart thing that you're looking at there, by the way, it's It's only about 3 years, only that sort of length of time. And this, by the way, is actually sort of fairly consistent with what my brother experienced as well, that you start gaining weight at about 40-ish, and it's about a kilo per year, which is absolutely nothing when you think about it in weight gain per day. I mean, a kilo per year, that's like a pop bottle of soda, a 1 litre bottle of soda per year. This means that your daily weight gain is 3 grams. Now, seeing as your rough metabolism to live is you need a 1,000 grams of sugar-ish or 300 grams-ish of oil or fat. Those are your metabolic requirements for the day. And this is the weight gain, 3 grams per day. But, you stack that up for a decade and all of a sudden you've put on 10 kilos. And if you want to lose those 10 kilos, like I was saying, your energy requirements are about 300 grams of fat per day. So if you want to lose 100 grams per day, that means you eat 200 grams of fat from food and 100 grams of fat comes from your body. And so if you lose 100 grams per day, which is a very steep diet, it's roughly a kilo a week. One kilogram per week. And you want to lose 10 kilos, you're looking at 10 weeks, which is 2 months. Right? Which is not that far off what I did at the beginning here. Right? If you take a look at this, what do we say this was? Let's go to red. So this is basically maximum diet. It's 100 days, give or take, and in 100 days you're losing 8 kilos. It's about 100 grams per day ish. So this is 8 kilos in 100 days. It's 80 grams per day, I think. Yeah. Right. So that's pretty much the steepest diet you can do. And what you'll find is that, this is the sort of passive weight gain. If you don't do anything, eventually it starts creeping up. Now, usually the rate that you can gain weight is slower than the rate that you can burn it off. Right? Once you get into this sort of dieting thing and your body sort of adapts to living off 100 grams of your body fat per day, after the first 2 weeks, this bit here is dead easy, right? Getting it started here is a bloody nightmare. So quite often, you can see the diets that I did. This is diet here. Actually, no. This one was a diet. This one, as you can see, this one bounces straight back up. But, we're talking 100 days. It's 3 months to go down up there. And, diet and diet. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 diets in 3 years. Yeah, including this boy. But all the diets, once you get into it, they're all basically the same gradient, yeah? They're the same rate of weight loss. Very close, right? But believe me, just getting it started is a nightmare, right? After the first 2 weeks, this bit is dead easy, right? This bit is a nightmare. This bit is dead easy. Actually, no. Let's leave the diets on for a moment. And we'll take a look. Let's put the gains on in blue. So sometimes you actually get fairly steep weight gain, but it's never really quite. I mean, this is the steepest portion of weight gain, And even at that, yeah, there's probably a factor of 2 difference, I would guess, there, um, between the rate of weight loss, especially seeing as this one is actually steeper than this one. Normally, you're looking at more, your weight gain is, I mean, this is probably the steepest. And even at that, yeah, this goes down probably twice as quick as this one goes up. Yeah, but this is the other thing: is almost always once you get to the bottom, there is a rebound. You will recall that I was telling you earlier that the volume of your guts is, um, kilo or something. This means that inevitably, whenever you go from not eating enough to starting eating, there is almost always a rebound of about a pound. You see it fairly dramatically in some of these. Yeah, but with the turnaround, there's always a bit of a rebound. So anyway, this one definitely a diet. This, it turns out, okay. Have it up in red again. This one definitely a diet. This one, it turns out, was purple. I went on vacation, and when on vacation, I did lots of exercise, and that's almost as good as a diet. This one, by the way, was moving house, which again, I did all the moving myself, so lots of exercise works quite effectively. But if you can't do an hour plus of exercise per day, not really practical. Plus, once you get up to middle age type thing, doing lots of hard exercise, you can just smash up your body after a bit. And virtually everything else here is simple diets. This boy, and this one. And most recently. So, yeah. It's a constant battle. It really is. I'm trying to keep it down, but it's very difficult to stop these things from creeping. It really is. At the moment, I'm spending time on the exercise bike, but even at that, I just, it's tricky. Anyway, yeah, so that's the bugger of getting old. This is the bit where it all starts going south. What I would give to be back in this place where I never looked at anything, just ate whatever the hell I wanted, did whatever the hell I wanted, and the weight never changed. Anyway, so let me know if you can empathize with that at all, or yeah, if you're in this region here, first of all, enjoy it, and secondly, be warned that this is kind of likely to happen to you as well. For most people, it's a thing that your metabolism actually starts slowing down and becoming more efficient about this time, and it only needs to be a few percent more efficient, and yeah, you're looking at gaining kilos of weight per year. So, and yeah, okay. So I hope you found that interesting. Let me put up my weight for the last 3 years, one last time. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.